What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily, and I'm your host, Mitchell Renz. Interact with me on IG and Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. I have the top 10 NFL free agent running backs in 2019. Plus, I'm going to tell you where Le'Veon Bell, Tevin Coleman, and Mark Ingram are going to be playing in 2019. Let's get in now to my number 10 running back here, the old man, Adrian Peterson. Now, AD or AP? Comment below because there's actually only one right answer. Now, here's the thing. Peterson, I'll be the first to say, had an actually really good year at age 33, and I flat out said that I think in fantasy football I would take Trent Richardson over AD. But this past season, he was pretty good. 4.2 yards per carry, over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns on a pretty bad Washington Redskins team. And at first, people were like, well, Mitch, why wouldn't the Redskins bring back Adrian Peterson? Which I responded with, let's not forget that they drafted Darius Geis last year in the NFL draft. So I really like Geis. I personally would be surprised if they brought back Peterson. I think he's going to get another 1-year prove-it deal. But maybe he's going to prove me wrong again. My number 9 running back free agent is Beast Mode, and an unrestricted free agent at age 33. And he ended the season on the IR, and there was plenty of rumors that he could retire. But here's the thing. Now that the Raiders are 100% going to be playing in Oakland, I think that he's going to be coming back to the Raiders. And with that said, I don't think that they're going to let him hit the free agent market because last season, before he got injured, he was actually pretty good. I mean, he was averaging 4.2 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns. And if you watch the Raiders, which I know I did, he was kind of the main focal point on offense. But Lynch, 33. Peterson, 34. Who's the better running back right now? I want to know from everybody watching. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, literally anywhere, I want you to type P for Peterson or type L for Lynch. I want to give a shout out to all of our awesome subscribers. And if you're not already subscribed, get with it. Subscribe below is youtube.com/chatsportstv. And this one's coming in from Big Meatball. On our last show that we did, he said, good show. Here's the thing, Big Meatball. I don't know if you know what I do here, but if you don't got a picture, I'm going to hook you up with one. And when I look up Big Meatball on Google, go figure, right? Just saying, a little Parmesan. Is that actually you? I really don't think so. This next one coming in, shout out to 57 Defective. Okay, he says, I have no idea why you haven't hired me. Football is what I breathe. Well, personally, I breathe air, but I'm all about football. If you want to get a job here at Chat Sports, maybe hit me up on IG or Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. Let's go to running back 8 now. I hate, personally, when it's like the logo in the background, different jersey, CJ Anderson, okay? And if there's one thing that I love is watching a fat dude run the football, and CJ Anderson was hella good for the Rams at the end of the year. If you want to just look at his 2018 regular season stats, he averaged 7 yards per carry. But when you look at what he did in the playoffs, plus the end of this year, 89 carries, 488 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he averaged 5.5 yards per carry, and I loved what CJ Anderson did this past year, and he was literally getting splitting time with Gurley. Now, I think Gurley was injured, but also when you think about what happened to Anderson, so he rushed for 1,007 yards, gets released by the Broncos, signs with the Panthers, they don't use him there, signs with the Raiders for like a week, and he's just like, you know what, Oakland? Hold my beer. I'm going to go run for the Rams, and I'm going to go run my way to the Super Bowl. CJ Anderson, love the story, and I think he wants to be a starting running back. The question is somebody going to actually let him be a starting running back? Number 7 running back free agent, for me, it's Spencer Ware. Now, let's not forget that Spencer Ware in 2016 was the starting running back for the Chiefs, and then he suffered a gruesome injury, which then opened the door for Kareem Hunt. Now, he was the backup to Kareem Hunt for most of 2018, and he finally got his chance. He finally got his chance in 2018 to kind of show his talent a little bit, and in those first 2 games, the Chiefs gave him over 15 touches. The only issue was he then injured his hamstring, and he had to miss 4 more games. So what I saw from Spencer Ware last year was this is a running back who still has it. He still can be a solid running back, but can he stay healthy? Can Spencer Ware stay healthy? And now that the Chiefs, they gave Damian Williams a little bit of money, I think they're going to move on from Ware. The other thing that scares me, you basically put XYZ running back in that Chiefs backfield last year, and they were looking really good. So maybe maybe the Chiefs are just putting a little bit of beer goggles on us football fans. But I got a question from everybody watching the show. Who is the best wide receiver, best free agent wide receiver? And if you're asking me why, well, guess what? We asked what kind of videos you guys want to see. We're doing free agents. Next video, we're going to do free agent wide receiver. So who's the best one? Everybody who comments, guess what? I'm going to put you on the show. So subscribe, youtube.com/chatsportstv, best free agent wide receiver. The best place to bet on NFL games? Come on, it's BetDSI. Use our promo code LIVE120 for 120% deposit bonus. Go to chatsports.com/bet. You put down $50, you're going to get $60 for free. Put down $100, get $120 for free. Put down $500, be a big baller like Tom, get $600 for free. Shout out to BetDSI for hooking us up with the best promo code on the internet. TJ Yeldon, next man up. Going to be young, or is going to be 25 years old, a young unrestricted free agent. And if you ask me, I personally do not think that he's an every down running back. And I think he's just a pass catcher. And when you have 55 receptions the year before that, I think that kind of highlights it. But again, when I watch TJ Yeldon, I think he's a talented running back, and I think he's number 6 on my list because in today's NFL, you have to be able to catch the football. And sure, he may go to a team, let's say like the Cowboys, who already have a very established running back in Ezekiel Elliott. But if you need a third down running back, maybe TJ Yeldon could be a solid option. And I don't think he's going to come back to Jacksonville because I don't know if you remember in Week 17, Fournette and Yeldon, they didn't even want to play. And I think the Jaguars were kind of ticked off about it. It's why I think that Fournette and Yeldon, actually both, could be on their way out. I have a question from everybody watching, okay? Not just free agent running backs. Who's the best running back in the NFL? You're starting a team. Who's the running back you're taking in that backfield? I want you to comment below, YouTube, Facebook. Let me know if you want to know who my favorite running back is or who I think the best running back in the NFL is. Hit me up on IG or Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. Going to give a special shout out to everybody who subscribes, but I asked everyone, why do you deserve a shout out? Why do you deserve a little limelight on our shows? And we get asked all the time, hey, do this, do that. Well, guess what? I wanted to hear from all of you. So Andy says, because I've been here since 15K subscribers. Andy, prove it, because guess what? I don't know, my man. But anyway, I appreciate it. This next one's kind of then from Sorta Hungry with an interesting picture because I'm more relaxed than Foles. Judging by your hand, I don't know if that's the truth. This next one's coming in from Cake. What's your favorite kind of cake? I'll take chocolate over vanilla every day. Not sure what your picture is because you look like a dill hole. Somebody hit me up on Twitter at MitchellRenz365 and send me a picture of what a dill hole is because I'm afraid to find out. This next one's coming from LC Loyal. I've been watching every upload that you guys post. Much appreciated, much appreciated. And then why do you deserve a shout out? This one's coming in from Johnny Talk Sports. Because I'd beat you up in fantasy football if you let me play next season. Johnny and everybody watching, I will personally challenge anybody. You want to invite me to your fantasy football league? Hit me up on Twitter, IG at MitchellRenz365. Let's get it going. Now, quick little recap now if you're just joining us. My top free agent running backs that I've covered. I got number 10, Adrian Peterson. Number 9 is Marshawn Lynch. 6 is CJ Anderson. 7, Spencer Ware. And 6 is TJ Yeldon. Top 5, let's get into it. Ajayi, and he tore his ACL in Week 4 against the Vikings last year, which, sure, knee injuries are bad, but when you're Ajayi, knee injuries, I think, get magnified twice as much because the reason why he fell in the NFL draft was because of some knee issues, and in 2018, he was okay to me. 45 carries, 184 yards, 3 touchdowns, but only 4 yards per carry, and I think when we think of Ajayi, I'm almost worried that we think of him as the 3 games where he rushed for 200 yards back in 2017. 2 of those games were against the Bills and bad rush defenses. And I think Jay is a talented running back. I just don't know if I trust him. And when I think about what he could potentially get next year, I think he's going to be looking at like $3.6 million. And with a running back who is talented, but has all the injury issues that Jay has, 3.6 for me personally, I'd probably pass on it. One running back that I really like, it's Latavius Murray, and he's going to be a free agent in 2019, and at age 29, I think if you're just looking for a basic running back who's at least going to give you some solid production, who can find the end zone, I think Latavius Murray is a definite option to consider. It blows my mind that he has 26 rushing touchdowns the last 3 years, and he actually has 32 the last 4. And I don't expect him to come back to the Vikings because, well, they kind of restructured his contract a little bit, and Dalvin Cook is their future there in their backfield. But again, Latavius Murray, I think, has actually been a pretty okay running back. And here's the thing. I don't know if I would pay him to be my every down running back, but if you need in today's NFL, a lot of teams go with 2 different kinds of running backs, 1A, 1B. I would be more than happy to pay Latavius Murray $1.6 million, which is what I think he's going to get on the open market. Who's the better running back right now? We're doing free agent running backs. Let's say Latavius Murray and Ajayi both on the board. Which would you rather have your favorite team sign? Would you type A for Ajayi or M for Murray? Better running back right now. If you guys think that I look good today, it's because of Miz and Main. Go check them out for yourself. Comfortable.af, the website 100% checks out. You can wear these shirts to the gym. You can wear these bad boys to work. Heck, I literally sleep in them. You can't get them wrinkled. And plus, the other thing, you're going to save a ton of money on dry cleaning because they're not going to get wrinkly. So think about that. Go to comfortable.af. Shout out to Miz and Man for making the dudes here, well, me, here look pretty good. All right, here's some other notable free agent running backs. We got Alfred Blue, Mike Davis, Frank Gore, who is, I can't even believe he's still running the ball, Dougie Fresh, Doug Martin, Bilal Powell, Amir Abdullah, Javoris Allen, LeGarrette Blount, Peyton Barber, who actually I think had the most rushing yards out of all the names on this list. Alex Collins is another name here, and some more. Betty Cunningham, Corey Grant, Alfred Morris, Ty Montgomery. Wow, Ty Montgomery and the Ravens. I see that logo. It still kind of blows my mind. Rasheem Morris, Jacquizz Rodgers, Rod Smith, and Darren Sproles. Those are some other notable free agent running backs. You guys ready to get in the top 3? This is when it's going to get good. All right, give me Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman, I love Tevin Coleman, all right? And he wants to be a starting running back. And me personally, I think in terms of money, in terms of talent, he might be the one that I would really want to go after. Now, he doesn't have a lot of experience, so what I'm about to say might scare some people. It's kind of giving me the Jerick McKinnon deja vu feeling all over again. Like, I see the talent, but Jerick McKinnon got injured, and I think Tevin Coleman, despite not having a lot of starting experience, a lot of that obviously has to do with Devonta Freeman, but he's going to get paid, I think, pretty well. I anticipate him getting like about $5 million per year. I think a team's going to maybe give him a 3 to 4 year contract, but he's averaged 4.8 yards per carry last year. He had 800 rushing yards, and the Falcons' offense really wasn't all that great, but since he's come into the league in 2016, he's been able to catch. He's been able to run between the tackles. He's been a really solid running back. He's just been kind of covered up with Devonta Freeman. So when I look at some of these teams who are running back needy, here are my top 5 teams for Tevin Coleman. And the Houston Texans, I think they're going to get rid of Lamar Miller, which they should. Alfred Blue, free agent. Now, when they went out and got Lamar Miller, I think Lamar Miller and Tevin Coleman are actually kind of similar players in their skill set. Another team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, interesting team there. The Raiders, the Ravens, the Jets. The Jets are just on this list because they got a lot of money. I personally think that they're going to go after another running back who you may see on this list. If you don't like my top 5, tell me why. At Mitchell Renz 365. My number 2 running back, Mark Ingram. And he had a 4-game suspension for PEDs in 2018. And I think without that 4-game suspension, it's 3 straight years with 1,000 rushing yards. And I get it. The Saints' offense is high-powered. And he may, if he goes somewhere else, may not be as productive because the offense that he's going to be playing in, I'm going to guess, is not going to be as good as, in my opinion, the best offense in the NFL. But I still look at Mark Ingram, a reliable veteran running back, and I still think that he's got a lot to give and still a lot of juice left in the tank. Here's the issue, though. If you guys want fun and exciting, he's kind of already stated that he wants to remain in New Orleans, and if I'm the Saints, I'm like, okay, I have a great offense, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. And right now, Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, that is the best running back duo in the NFL. So here are my top 5 destinations for Mark Ingram in 2019. The Saints are there. I think the Ravens are an interesting team. Like, when I think of just a tough-nosed running back, I think I'm going to the Ravens. So I have them there. The Jets, let's say they miss out on Le'Veon Bell. They could maybe get him. The Jags, I think this is an interesting scenario if the Jags do not want to bring back or if they want to trade Leonard Fournette because of off-the-field issues. So these are my top 5 teams. Again, if you don't like them, tell me why. At Mitchell Renz 365, Twitter, IG, I'm just there everywhere. All right, who's the better running back right now, okay? Free agency's coming up, and I freaking can't wait. Would you want Mark Ingram or Tevin Coleman? Better running back, type C for Coleman or type I for Ingram. If you want to know what I think, hit me up. Mitchell Renz 365. The number one running back in free agency, you guessed it. It's Le'Veon Bell. And I don't need to tell you guys that he skipped 2018 and he wants to get paid. The reason why he skipped 2018 is because he wants to get paid. And from the rumors and reports that I've seen here, he's looking at like $16 to $17 million a year, and he kind of wants that about $50 million guaranteed. And here's the thing. I understand what he's done the last 4 years when he's touched the ball. He's been great. He's literally been the definition of a bell cow running back. In 2014, 2016, 2017, the dude was getting fed, and he should because he's an unbelievable running back, okay? Here's the thing, though. If there's rumors around him being 260 pounds and he wants to get $50 million guaranteed, or he wants to get $16 to $17 million, man, I don't know. I mean, does a 260-pound Le'Veon Bell deserve Todd Gurley, David Johnson kind of money? Shrug emoji. I'm not quite sure. And when I think about Le'Veon Bell from a skill standpoint and everything that goes into it, James Conner was really good. And I'm not trying to take away from Le'Veon Bell, but again, I don't think necessarily think about the system as much as what we need to, because I think the NFL is such a team sport, and they have a great offensive line and they have a great system there for Pittsburgh. Just saying, Le'Veon, I'm not paying you $16 million. But here are my top 2019 destinations for Lev Bell. I have the Jets at number one, and they've been number one for a long time because they got money to blow. The second most money in cap space, and I think that they're going to go out and try to get Le'Veon Bell. But I also have the Colts because I think it's a fun offense to think about it. Personally, though, I would stick with Marlon Mack and Naheem Hines if I was the Colts. Raiders, a lot of reports there. The Bucks, the Texans. But for me, my number one team is the Jets. If you don't think the number one team is the Jets, let me know about it. On a scale of 1 to 100, so let's have some fun, okay? Think about this as like a Madden rating. What is your rating for Le'Veon Bell? He personally thinks that he's probably the best running back in the NFL, but I want to know from everybody watching. On a scale of 1 to 100, 1 is he's absolutely terrible, and 100, he's basically the GOAT. I want to know, what's your rating for Le'Veon Bell? Here are my top 10 free agent running backs in 2019. Going to do a quick little recap. Adrian Peterson, Beast Mode, C.J. Anderson, Spencer Ware, T.J. Yeldon. And here are my top 5 running backs that are going to be free agents in 2019. I got Ajayi there, then I got Latavius Murray, Tevin Coleman, Mark Ingram, and of course at number 1, it's Le'Veon Bell. If you're not already subscribed, what are you doing? YouTube.com/chatsportstv, and interact with me on Instagram and Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365.